Good afternoon, everyone. This is the press center of the MOD, and here's the situation along the contact line in the area of Joint Forces operation over yesterday and today, which is the 21st of May. During the yesterday, the situation in the contact line were having no changes. The occupation forces of Russian Federation continue to actively violate the ceasefire and engaging using heavy weapons against Ukrainian soldiers. Yesterday, during the morning, the Russian occupation forces conducted shelling of the Zaitseva settlement. In Luhansk, we've registered 10 high precision shellings on the 20th of May. Yesterday at 5 a.m., the Russian occupation forces close to Horlivka have conducted 10 uh, shellings from using the artillery 122 millimeter caliber and mortars. At the same time, the Russian occupation forces have fired around 30 mines of 120 millimeter caliber against the Zaitseva settlement. Fortunately, there is no wounded among the civilian population, but as a result of these shellings, a number of civilian houses were destroyed. They were also using mortars with the calibers of 120 and 82 millimeter against the position of our forces in the vicinity of Zalizne, Shumy, Troitske, and Luhansk. Besides, the enemy forces have conducted provocative shellings using the infantry weapons. In Donetsk, we've registered 45 high precision shellings during yesterday. According to the information, uh, the enemy has conducted 58 shots using the artillery 122 millimeter against our positions in Novotroitsk. Later in the evening at 7 p.m., the enemy have opened fire once again using the artillery 122 millimeter. In particular, close to the settlement village of Zaichenko, the enemy have shot 12 times using the artillery. At 5:20 a.m., Russian occupation forces fired 20 missiles using the MLRS Grad and 10 mines of 120 millimeter caliber against our positions in Avdiivka. The enemy was deploying their weapons in the city of Yasinovata. At 8 p.m., the occupation forces made 6 shots against our positions in Avdiivka using the main battle tank. The last time the MLRS Grad was used against the joint forces was on the 16th of May. It was also used against our positions in Avdiivka. On the 20th of May, enemy forces used mortars with the caliber of 120 and 82 millimeter against our forces in Mykolaiivka, Avdiivka, Pisky, and 3 times against Shirokino. The enemy occupation forces have conducted multiple provocative fires against the defensive positions of armed forces of Ukraine in Vodine, Shirokine, Gnutove, Pisky, Pavlopile, Verkhnotoretske, Krasnogorivka, Novoselske, Lomakino, and Marinka. In the evening, in the vicinity of Plavopile, we've registered the employment of enemy snipers. Uh, in total, we have registered 55 high precision shellings over the 20th of May. They've fired 20 missiles using the MLRS Grad. 6 shots were made from the main battle tank. 80 shots were fired using the 122 millimeter artillery. Besides, our defenders have registered the use of 130 mines from the mortar of caliber 120 millimeter and 70 using the 82 millimeter mortar. The joint forces are conducting active defense in order to preserve the life and health of our personnel. Our personnel had to open fire in response for 20 times using their infantry weapons. Fortunately, there are no wounded over the last day, over yesterday. Speaking on the situation in contact line today, 21st of May, as of 9 a.m., we've already registered 12 high precision shellings against the defensive positions of the joint forces, particularly during the night and early in the morning. The enemy have employed the mortars with the caliber of 120 millimeter against the defensive positions of Ukraine in Troitsky, Vodina, and two times against the Lizne. Our service personnel have registered the use of 30 mines. The enemy forces have conducted provocative fire using grenade launchers and small arms against our positions in Khnutove, Vodяне, Pavlopil, Shirokino, and Pisky. In particularly, we've registered the use of IFVs in Khnutove and Vodяне. The joint forces are cleverly defending their positions and sustained no casualties. According to the main intelligence department, the Russian occupation forces command continue to conceal the employment of Russian service personnel in combat operations as part of the 1st and 2nd Army Corps of the Russian occupation forces. Um, the service personnel of one of the units, as part of the 1st Army Corps, witnessed the concealed burial of those Russian citizens who were killed as part of their service, and they were buried at the former annual burial site. In the same time, the unit command called those personnel as deserters and absent without leave. As the result of this situation, the families of those killed soldiers were not informed about the destiny of their service personnel, and no payments were provided to them.